just happened to notice this guy. I mean, wow.
And he just puts it back in. He just puts it back in.
Look at this crazy girl, y'all. She gonna get us put out.
Please tell me how you would react.
Handling the buns, smelling them, and throwing them back in. Their hands all over it. You can't wash bread. How do you protect yourself from eating somebody's nasty finger juice all over your bread? I'm sorry to be ruining grocery trips for you. You know, I've seen a lot of disgusting stuff online, but nothing prepared me for this. People have officially lost all sense of shame, hygiene, and basic human decency. And consider yourself warned, because once you see these clips, you'll probably never shop at the grocery store the same way again. I have to give a quick shout out to Casey, who's Rockstar Flipper on YouTube. I will make sure to link the video that he did on this topic down in my video description below. If you like content like this, make sure to go give him a follow. I saw his video on this, and honestly, it sent me down a rabbit hole that I wish I could have avoided.
The video of the woman being dared to lick the ice cream has been viewed more than 10 million times.
Let me taste it. Let me taste it. All right, hurry up, put it back.
Absolutely a level above disgusting, not just licking it, but then spitting in it multiple times.
But here we are. Because apparently it's not just ghosts and monsters that we need to fear this Halloween. It's real people doing things like licking ice cream and putting it back in the freezer section, and straight up climbing through produce bins, getting all of their bits and pieces and DNA all over the fresh fruit and vegetables that we expect to eat when we get home. These TikToks aren't just gross, they're genuinely terrifying. So buckle up, because these video clips might just be the scariest thing that you see all October. There was a viral trend that happened years ago that is starting to make a comeback, and I swear to God, if it becomes another trend, I will never ever eat ice cream ever again. But it was the trend of people posting themselves going to the freezer section at grocery stores, opening the lids, licking ice cream, and putting it back in the freezer. That's right, people were doing this. And it's freaking gross!
Good ice cream. Good ice cream. Let me taste it. Let me taste it. All right, hurry up, put it back. Hurry up, put it back. Come on, let's run.
Okay, if you thought that one was bad though, if you thought that one was bad, check out this next one. And these are the only two that we're gonna watch, because I think it's all that I can take of the ice cream licking. But just look at this one.
What you doing, bro? Follow we. Follow pues. He's all getting your line. Oh. 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 This guy.
This asshole not only licked the ice cream, but he spit in it too. He spit in it too. And these were the two video clips that Casey featured that sent me down a rabbit hole I didn't want to go down, because unfortunately, this kind of behavior extends past the freezer section. Again, before we go any further, I'm gonna have to give you guys a warning. I feel like this is stuff that we all need to know is happening, so that when we are at the grocery store buying food, which is more expensive now than ever before, we all need to know what to look for to protect ourselves, not just from missing food that we thought we were getting when we purchased it, but from contamination and possibly ingesting someone else's DNA. Now, in this video clip, this guy clearly took off a plastic wrapper. So if someone were to go buy this ice cream, they would hopefully notice that the plastic safety ring has been removed. But there are some ice creams that don't have that plastic safety ring at all. Bluebell ice cream is actually one of those brands that was taking the most heat when this trend went viral, because they have Zero barrier of protection on their ice cream. Anybody can just open up a lid and take a scoop out, lick it, do whatever the hell they want to the ice cream. There was no safety barrier at all. And to this day, I still don't think that they do. So let this serve as a word of caution. If you buy something like this at the grocery store, make sure that there is some sort of a safety seal. I'm pretty sure that it's Blue Bunny ice cream. Doesn't look like it has a safety seal, but there's like this little plastic snap on the lid. Always check to make sure that those little security, safety, plastic notches are intact before you buy an item. And this is an example of somebody taking their entire body and crawling across produce. And here's the thing, and we're gonna see later, so we'll touch on this, we're gonna come back to it later. Do you think that Walmart threw all of those vegetables out? After this woman was hopefully escorted out of the store, do you think that Walmart got rid of all that produce that her body was laying on? Do you think? I don't think so. And there's a video later that we're gonna get to that supports my theory on that. But this is the kind of shit people are doing because they think it's funny. How many unsuspecting people came by this area an hour later after everything got tidied and cleaned up and bought those tomatoes? It's freaking gross, man. And now let's look at this guy. This guy is clearly under the influence of something, and he's just going ham in the bakery department, just opening up containers and eating cookies. Just opening up containers and eating cookies. And employees are just standing there watching him. They're just watching him, and then they come and they start picking stuff up. They start picking stuff up. Where is security? Where is security? And what are they gonna do with that food? He's still in there. He's just walking around, opening things, eating food, I did a whole video about this too, about people just walking around Walmart eating food that they never intended to pay for. Where is security? Where is the security with this man contaminating all of this food? And now we're gonna take a look at a situation with some fresh baked bread at Avon's grocery store. Now, this bread is on a cart. You might think, okay, it was baked, it's freshly baked. They put it on a rack to let it cool before they bag it. But the person that's taking this video is saying that they watched this bread get pushed around where people could potentially touch it, and now it's sitting next to some nasty wet floor cones, and this bread is touching the side of a refrigerator.
See this? I need you guys to look closer. This is the bread at the grocery store, and it's touching everything it shouldn't be touching. This is in Los Angeles. This is the Vons. I need you guys to do better. This is nasty. You gotta be kidding me.
So this caption reads, I saw this woman at Walmart the other day. I can't believe that she's going through all of the strawberries and people wonder why COVID is still spreading. So this woman is basically opening up the produce containers because remember, things like strawberries, blackberries, blueberries, raspberries, the berries that are in the containers like this, they easily open. There's no safety seal on them at all. Same thing with grapes. Grapes are just in a bag. No safety seal, nothing at all. So this woman is literally taking strawberries out, examining every single strawberry that's in a container. Do you really think that she's going to buy that container? Or do you think that she's just thumbing through strawberries and she's going to, pick the ones that she wants and build her own basket? That's what I think is going on here. I could see somebody emptying out strawberries, picking all of the best ones and building their own little, pint-sized container. That's what I think is happening here. It could be anything, but regardless, she's touching strawberries that we don't know if she's actually going to buy. Those strawberries are probably going to be left behind for somebody else unknowingly to purchase. This is why you wash your fruit. Busted. So this guy right here, this Wolfie Party whatever, at least I'm pretty sure that's what his TikTok name was. He went viral on the internet for grossly contaminating produce and rotisserie chicken. He took a bottle of bug spray and he walked around spraying this food with straight up chemicals that could severely hurt, if not kill someone. And he ended up getting prosecuted for it. I think he's serving a year or something in prison for this, but I was wrong before. This is why you make sure to wash your fruit and vegetables. This nasty, disgusting son of a bitch. You can't wash your rotisserie chicken. Someone is probably gonna put that rotisserie chicken in their mouths and taste that nasty chemical taste and not understand what it is. And hopefully they spit it out and don't continue to eat it. Yes, I know that rotisserie chicken is in a bag, but it's a vented bag. It's a vented bag. I know damn well some of that bug spray got in that bag. This person is a real piece of shit. I'm glad that they're serving jail time for it. So this is a lady eating food at the grocery store and putting it back on the shelf. This looks like one of those hot plate situations where you would get something like a rotisserie chicken. A lot of grocery stores will also have like quick convenience hot foods, like maybe some chicken wings or some potato wedges or something like that to go along with the rotisserie chicken. This woman is just straight up opening one and having herself a few bites before putting it back for someone to unknowingly buy. So not only is she contaminating food and putting her drool, slobber, freaking lips all over this food, but someone is going to be paying for something and getting less than they think that they were going to be getting. Again, let this be a warning to only buy stuff that is safety sealed. If there is no sticker or something closing up the package, do not buy it, or double check and make sure that it isn't ripped first.
So I was walking into the buffet and
So now this one is absolutely petrifying because I used to love doing like the soup bars, the salad bars, and all of that at our local grocery store. A lot of you guys know the Kroger chain. Our chain here that is a Kroger chain is called Dillon's, and we have a Dillon's here where I live. I love this section of Dillon's. Their salad bar is phenomenal. Their soups, everything. They have this amazing sushi bar. They have really, really good food. And this turned my stomach, and I don't think I could ever visit a bar like that ever again. This guy is sampling soups straight out of the ladle. Straight out of the ladle. Do I like this soup? Let me just take a little sample. This is petrifying.
I just happened to notice this guy. I mean, wow. Unfucking believable. So I was walking.
And he just puts it back in. He just puts it back in. I would hope to God that this man was reported and they threw that soup out. But then it's the whole idea of, do they just throw that one soup out? Or do they throw all the soups out? Because who knows how many he sampled? Who knows like what areas of the salad bar? He just went and like tried food. It's just, you never know who was there before you go there. I don't think I could ever eat at one of these ever again. I think it's tainted. It's tainted now. Can't do it anymore. Nope.
People are furious with this girl for spitting into chips.
Okay, so we've seen a lot of people do things like open food items, eat it, and put the stuff back. I did an entire video about that, like I mentioned, where people just like walk around Walmart and eat for free and leave their trash behind. This one goes a bit further though, as we're about ready to see. She doesn't just simply put an open bag of chips back on the shelf after she takes a bite and spits it out in the bag. She heat seals it. she heat seals it shut. So if you don't know exactly what you're looking for when it comes to what a chip bag should look like sealed, at first glance you might not notice that you're picking up a bag that's already been opened once before.
This girl filmed herself going into a grocery store and opening a bag of chips. She then takes a bite and chews the chip and spits it back into the bag. After that, it just gets worse because she literally reseals the bag and puts it back on the store shelf as if nothing happened. Well, people want this girl arrested immediately for doing this. Almost every comment on the video is talking about how
Yeah, congrats. You're videotaping yourself committing a crime with your face in the frame. It's a felony as well. Food tampering. They don't play around with that. Yup.
what she did is a literal felony. Now, the grocery store apparently saw the video and took down the bag of chips before it was sold, so that's good.
I don't believe that. I don't believe that. I bet they claim they did. I know that the internet moves fast, right? We all know the internet moves very, very fast. But how did they know exactly what location this was? How did they know exactly in time to get this bag off the shelf before somebody unknowingly bought it? I don't believe that. I'd like to believe that, but I don't. I don't believe that they got the bag off of the shelf fast enough after seeing this video go viral. I don't believe that.
But it is over for this woman when she is caught and arrested. People are furious.
Please tell me how you would react.
Okay, so this is the bread counter at a grocery store where, you know, you can hand pick rolls and put them in bags and stuff. This person is just, you know, handling the buns, smelling them, and throwing them back in. Just their hands all over it. You can't wash bread. How do you protect yourself from eating somebody's nasty finger juice all over your bread? How can you prevent that? You really can't. I'm sorry to be ruining grocery trips for you, but I feel like this is something that we all need to see so we don't unknowingly eat contaminated food. I find myself doing a public service. I apologize for all of the nausea. I hope you're not eating dinner right now.
Yo, bro. Yeah, you're supposed to use the wax paper when you touch the rolls. I'm roll patrol, dude. No, but seriously.
He said, I'm roll patrol.
I'm roll patrol, dude.
And then, like, when you get caught doing something like this, why you gotta be a jerk about it? All he did was say, you're supposed to use the wax paper when you pick up the rolls, man. And he's just like, who the fuck are you? He's like, well, I'm the roll patrol. That's who I am. I really, really wish that when we saw clips like this, we could see the aftermath of like the person being banned or kicked out or something, because I have a very, very strong suspicion that nothing ever happened with this guy. And he probably continues to do this every time he shops. He probably continues to put his, you know, grubby little fingers all over all of the rolls and loaves of bread. You know it's happening.
You're supposed to use the wax paper and you're sniffing them and then you're touching them and you're putting them back. They smell like shit. Look, just do me a favor. Just pick up the ones you touched and buy them, because I don't know where your dick beater's been.
I'm not even gonna comment. I'm just gonna leave that right there.
You know what I mean? Listen, cuz pick them the up and put them in your bag, or I'm gonna even you up. I'm telling you right now, I'm gonna even you the fuck up. Alright. I'm not kidding. Pick them up. It's disgusting. Use the wax paper next time.
He just got owned. Love it. I love it. Now, this next one is not an adult, but a child who is feeling the need to stick their fingers inside of meat. They're just sticking their fingers in, and now there's a hole in the... Yep, definitely whenever you buy meat, check and make sure that seal's not broken, because that someone's like sticking their fingers in wanting to feel the meat. I don't understand that, but okay.
I would never buy my vegetables with this store Whole Foods, because look at all that black mold.
This is Whole Foods. Whole Foods, clean your shit. Look at those sprayers that are spraying nasty looking contaminated water all over their produce. Ew.
That is black mold growing in there, and that's spraying right out onto your vegetables. If you think you can wash that off and eat those with just water, you're highly mistaken. This is absolutely disgusting. Look at every one of them filled with black mold. I would never.
Let this serve as a warning to always check the produce sprayers and see if they're actually being taken care of. That is something that you could realistically look at any grocery store, just the cleanliness of the store itself. Like if the place is nice, they're keeping everything up to code, there's not freaking black mold all over their misting system. Just be aware. Be aware of your surroundings, especially when items like this aren't safety sealed in any way. Just definitely take a look at the cleanliness of the store that is selling it, because this is a freaking Whole Foods. That's some expensive ass vegetables being sprayed with moldy water.
Let me tell y'all why I stopped getting items from the produce department here where I work. The freaking woman, all it took was one time for me to see this.
So we don't know what store this is. We don't know what store this is. But this is an employee saying this is the reason why she won't ever buy like the pre-made fruit cups, parfaits, things like that at the grocery store where she works, because this is what she witnessed.
The woman that cuts up the fruit, makes like the yogurt parfaits and like all that stuff, does not wash her motherfucking hands after using the bathroom. I was in the stall. She got out. You know how you can see through the little cracks? She literally goes up, grabs a napkin, ruffles it up, and then leaves out of the bathroom without even doing anything. It is so tragic to me. And I thought maybe, okay, this is a one-time thing. No, she does it every time that she uses the bathroom. I just so happen to be in the bathroom a few times, and I've seen her do this. And I'm not saying she doesn't wear gloves, and maybe she does possibly wash her hands in the back before she cuts up fruit or does whatever, but if you're not washing your hands leaving out of the bathroom, I highly doubt you're doing it back there. Yeah. It's just a little tragic to me, and I'm like, just be careful when you're out here buying food from grocery stores, because you never actually know what's going on. And not...
Yeah, like... And she's right. She very well could be washing her hands before she starts prepping food or whatever, but someone who doesn't wash their hands after using the bathroom, that to me tells me that that's someone who doesn't really care about hygiene. And yeah, they probably are putting gloves on, and so you kind of think to yourself, oh, you don't really need to wash your hands if you're just putting gloves on, but you're touching the outside of the gloves with your dirty, disgusting hands when you put them on. Wash your freaking hands. You're working with food.
You know, my biggest, worst fear in the world is literally them. I just cannot even go near them. Can you imagine all the snotty hands and the dirty fingers that have been...
Yeah, so these are candy containers that are self-serve, where you can like scoop and put in your own bags. And something like candy, you know damn well that kids are like running up and grabbing and touching with their little snotty fingers. Like kids are great, but they're little bundles of germs just running around, right? And they're probably touching all of this candy. Just can't ever look at that the same way again.
And another thing, why do people think it's okay to be up in here with their dogs and stuff in the basket? Like, where my food is? Like...
Yeah, so there are a lot of places that will allow you, or not necessarily allow, but they don't tell you not to bring your pet in. So like I have been in the situation where I've been in a store and there is dog poop on the floor because people let their dogs come in and their dogs just poop wherever. Now, service animals are great, right? They serve a purpose. Service animals are great. I'm sorry, but a properly trained service animal is not going to be shitting on the floor at Walmart. They're not. A properly trained service dog is not just going to relieve itself wherever they feel like it. These are people that are bringing their dogs into grocery stores because they feel entitled to do so. And one of the problems is the stores don't tell people that they can't. So people are coming into grocery stores and putting their pets inside of shopping carts where people put their food. And so people are unknowingly grabbing grocery carts and doing their grocery shopping, putting their produce, their food, everything in the bottom of a shopping cart that probably had a dog sitting in the cart. I don't understand why that's allowed.
I just saw somebody walking around with a big old dog just in the whole thing. So, like, I'm just totally grossed out. That's why if I don't see it, I don't know about it, I'd just rather be at home, just Instacart my stuff.
Right, and it is one of those things. It's like, would you rather just be oblivious and just not know? I think that I'm that way. Like, I'm that way. I would rather just not know. Like, please just don't tell me. Just don't tell me. I know that bad things are probably happening, but what I don't know can't hurt me. Well, that's not true anymore. We're seeing all this stuff today. We can no longer put our heads in the sand and pretend like this isn't happening. It is happening. Why is this grocery employee walking around with their hand in the backside of their pants? Backside of their pants. Get your hand out of your pants. You're working at a grocery store. Ew. Oh, and here's another example of why people should not be allowed to have dogs. Now, this person is clearly in a motorized cart, so probably claiming that this is a service animal. I'm sorry, again, I say service animals are better trained. They should not be licking bread on a rolling cart. This dog is licking loaves of bread and rolls on this cart. And the owner of this dog is completely oblivious, not watching the dog at all, just minding his own business. And one of the saddest things is most of these video clips, people don't disclose what stores these are. So you don't even know what store this is. You don't even know. You don't even know what store is allowing this and what store could, potentially not be watching their open package breads. Like, it just... I'm just gonna bake my own bread at home from now on. I'm just gonna bake it all. Bake it all.
Brother,
So I ordered some Rotel from Walmart and they substituted it with the Great Value brand. That's fine, no problem. But Walmart, what the hell? What the hell is this?
Okay, so this is a reminder to clean the tops of your cans before you open them. Because here's the thing about canned goods. Canned goods can be rusty. They get stored in warehouses that have mice, cockroaches, all of these insects. And I don't know what the hell is on this canned good lid, but it sure don't look safe for consumption. It needs to be cleaned. Even the outside of the can where the wrapper was all nasty. You can tell that can has been around for a while. So this is a reminder that you should always clean the rims of your canned goods because yes, the contents inside are protected. But the minute you open that can, if the lid falls in, flecks could go inside and contaminate your food. That is something that you should always do with canned goods because God knows what has been all over these cans. There could be mouse urine, there could be cockroach eggs or poop. It's extremely disgusting. And this is also a cautionary tale for food delivery because I have said before, it is my opinion that when it comes to grocery delivery, that if the store is picking the items for you, they're going to give you the nastiest stuff in order to prevent their profit margins from losses, right? Because if there's produce that's going bad, if you want produce, they're gonna give you the shit produce. If you want a canned good, they're gonna give you the worst looking can because the people that are in the store doing the actual shopping, they're not going to pick those items because of the look of them. The fact that, the vegetables are wilted, the fact that this can has all of this nasty shit on the top, no sane customer is going to pick that item when they have other options to choose from. But when you're getting a grocery delivery order, you don't have a choice. They give you what they want you to have, and they have to sell everything in order to keep their profit margins up. They don't want to take those losses, so they're going to give you all the gross stuff that the in-store shoppers aren't picking.
Okay,
So now this is a call back to the beginning of the video where I talked about how I was hypothesizing that the grocery store was not just simply throwing out all of this produce. Again, going back to the whole profit margins, minimizing loss thing. This guy is about ready to show us what goes on behind the scenes with fresh produce at the grocery store so that they minimize their waste.
This is part 2 of exposing grocery stores. So as I showed y'all before, what we do is called reworking.
Reworking. There's even a name for it. They're reworking the produce. It's when they take out the moldy stuff and they repackage items without the moldy stuff. Because if you have 10 containers of something and each container has one moldy item, that's potentially 10 containers that aren't gonna sell. So what do? They take them to the back, they remove all of the moldy items and they rework the packaging. That's what they do.
So we taking out the moldy stuff in here, throwing it away, and then putting it and saving some of it in here, or it go back on the floor. So, you know, you have stuff like this, nasty, moldy, throw it away, and then the rest, sometimes we put it on the floor, or we put it in this, and this becomes this. Cut up, sold for way more money.
Yeah. Then they take it, they cut it up, they repackage it as a convenience fruit cup, and they charge you more for it. When you have no idea that there was moldy shit in that same container an hour earlier. Reworking. Reworking and increasing profits at the same time. I won't ever buy pre-cut fruit either. I'm not gonna overpay for that. That's ridiculous.
Same with the blueberries. We go through the blueberries. See, it's bad. This is no good. We go through it, take it out, throw it away, put it back on the floor for y'all to eat.
But you guys, this rabbit hole goes really, really deep, and it extends past grocery stores. If you want me to continue and do another video like this regarding things like restaurants, let me know down in the comments below. I don't know if you want me going down that rabbit hole, but here's a little bit of a taste.
Employee. At a pizza restaurant, a patron records an employee sampling soup from the serving label.
This whole place is on something.
The quintuple dipping antics continue, much to the apparent horror of nearby diners.
Now this man's in the thing.
Oh my God.
Literally eating out of the container.
According to a witness, when management learns of the server's unsavory and unsanitary nibbles, she's promptly fired and escorted from the building.
Hello, my healthy friends. Have you seen this video? Yep, that is exactly what he is doing. He's spitting inside of someone's food. Thank goodness he was arrested. I would like to know your thoughts about this one. And if you're enjoying videos just like this, go ahead.
He just straight up spit in the food and then he was gonna cover it with marinara. Oh God. This one I found extremely fascinating. This caption says, waiter spits in a customer's drink and they get payback through a DNA test. This one blew my mind. This one, as gross as it is, this one is pretty cool.
We're eating at their favorite restaurant, this Chili's in Syracuse, New York, and they weren't happy when the meal, chicken and broccoli, was served.
The broccoli was undercooked, almost raw, and unlike I've had there before, so I just asked if they could cook it a little bit more.
It was a pretty standard request, but for some reason, the waiter got upset.
My husband said, you know, have we offended you in some way? Because it seems like you're annoyed with us. And he said, with a smile, he said, oh, no, not at all. He said, no, not at all.
Ken paid the bill and also ordered a soda to go. He even took a sip. But when he put the drink in his car cup holder, the lid popped off. And that's when he noticed something truly nasty.
I said to my wife, I can't believe it, but there's something in my cup, and it looks like spit.
He took this photo. Sure enough, there it is, a disgusting wad of spit. How gross.
Did you feel physically sick after that?
Yeah, my stomach was turning, yeah. And I was shaking, too, because it was so disgusting.
He stormed back into the restaurant and confronted the waiter.
I said, why did you spit in my drink? He said, I didn't spit in your drink.
Ken Yurden was so grossed out by what he saw in his cup and so convinced it was his waiter who did it
that he went to the police. The New York State Police considered the matter a potential criminal act.
Yeah, it is absolutely a criminal act, and I'm glad he went to the police. I am glad he went to the police. Doing something like spitting in somebody's food, I'm pretty sure that's a form of assault. Food tampering is a felony. What is the matter with people that think that this is okay? What, just because somebody does it in a funny movie? I'm sure everybody has seen Waiting. You know, oh, it's so funny that you do all this stuff to people's food. It's not funny. It gets you arrested, and we're about ready to find that out.
They interviewed the waiter, Gregory Lamica, but he denied spitting into the soda. So in an unprecedented move, they asked the waiter to submit to a DNA test. The state crime lab results came back 3 months later. Lo and behold, a match.
The DNA tested positive for Mr. Lamica's spit.
Do you feel bad about spitting in that cup?
We caught up with the waiter outside his house.
I never spit in any cup.
He still denies it. Sorry, buddy, but DNA doesn't lie.
What he did was vile and disgusting.
Julie Yearden were eating at their favorite restaurant, this Chili's in Syracuse, New York.
It was vile and disgusting, and I'm glad that he got busted. And this is the Sun reporting on a fast food worker getting caught spitting in a burger. Well, let me know if you want me to do a full rabbit hole deep dive into that kind of stuff extending beyond grocery stores, because there's a lot of content to cover about this kind of thing. So for this Halloween, you can forget all about haunted houses. The real horror is likely happening at your own local grocery store. After seeing all of this, I am convinced that humanity is just one viral clip away from needing a hazmat suit in order to go in and buy some lettuce. So if you're feeling festive today, being Halloween and all, skip the horror movies. Just rewatch these clips and try not to scream when you open your fridge. Thank you guys so much for watching. If you like this video and videos like this, remember to hit the thumbs up before you leave. I greatly appreciate it. While you're down there, also double check, make sure that you are subscribed and ring that notification bell. That way you're notified whenever I post my next video. Thank you so much again for watching, and make sure you have a very safe and happy Halloween. Bye.